What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exhilarating episode of Biker Mike Motors. We are here today in Mississippi at IAA in the Gulf Coast lot to check out a couple cars I got on the list. You guys that have been following the videos, I've been mentioning a few times I'm leaving for New York soon, about a 1,500-mile trip, which I'm going to be driving and documenting the trip, so stay tuned for that video. But this is going to be one of the last two car videos that I have before I leave, and I'm going to be gone for about 4 to 6 weeks. I got a few older videos that I'm going to be posting to the channel, so stay tuned for those, but nothing new unless I can get out to one of the Copart IAA yards up there to do a walk around up there. And to be honest, I got a little anxiety about this trip. Anybody that's traveled before and had trips like this, business trips come up, you guys can probably relate. You leaving your family, I'm leaving my dog, which is a huge thing. I got a German Shepherd, and I'm just kind of got anxiety about it and a little stressed about it, to be honest. But a lot of that goes away once I get on the road and just start, I heard a saying the other day, action is the best alleviation for anxiety. And it's really so true when you think about it, because a lot of times you're so anxious about something that once you start doing it, a lot of that anxiety just goes away. But before I get into too much of a Dr. Phil session right now, let's go find this first car. Which is a 1999, I might have been lying about that. Yep, I was. A 2004. I'm bidding on a 1999 right now at Copart, so my mind was a little Cadillac Seville, actually. A little spoiler alert there. But yeah, this is a 2004 Cadillac Seville. And it's a clean title. We'll go right to the wheels here, because like I always say, the wheels say a lot about a car. And these, if I can find a date code on it, that's a Falcon tire on front. I don't see any date code. It's got decent tread, a little more worn on the outside. I do see here, which I did not see in the picture, I almost just walked away from it again too, right in front of it. It's got some clear coat peeling on the hood there. Not something that you couldn't get fixed, but is it worth it? Yet to be seen. And I'm guessing that, yeah, it does go, some of that comes off, but there is some kind of weird, like, white staining on that. I don't know if that's the clear coat lifting, or that could be the clear coat lifting, or someone tried putting like some kind of, maybe like a compound or something on there. And if you do that with paint. Okay, sorry about that. We had a tiny little break right there. My buddy here at the lot driving that car right there just said we are allowed to go all the way down the O Road today and check out just today, because there's a few cars in the sale coming up for next week. But we're not going to be going down there because we only have 2, possibly 3 to look at today. And I've looked around a little bit so far and haven't seen any of the other ones, just this one. So yet to be seen if we'll find those. And do have another spot there where the paint is actually come all the way off too. And that, I mean, you're pretty much looking at a full paint job to get this car back to a level of being able to sell it. And if I didn't mention, this car is a clean title too. I'm not sure if it's repossession or a donation, but it's clean. It's clean, guys. And I do like these cars. I do. That front end, I don't know. I just always had growing up and seeing these things when I was younger, I always kind of looked at them as like a real high class, classy car. And this one is definitely seeing some of the southern heat and sun down here, which is making me wonder how the interior is going to look too. And also, if I didn't mention, I think this one was a pretty low mileage car. I think it was listed as having about 89,000 on it. Let's see, does it say Standard Remarketing Group? Interesting. Let's go ahead and sit on down in here in these big old Cadillac seats. They're not that big, but it smells okay in here. Not too bad, not too good. It's kind of like a neutral smell. Steering wheel's in good shape. It's got that wood grain on the steering wheel, which I like. I know it's probably fake, but I like it. There is a dash issues. There's a few dash issues here where the dash is coming up from the heat. Also, well, the headliner is actually surprisingly in good shape. Most of the time you see them cars like that that have been out in the heat that much, they always have some issues with the headliner hanging down. Oh, guys, what do you think? I'd really like to get something for a good deal before, so I know I have something to come back and make a good video on and look at. And of course, this IAA lot, if you haven't seen the last last few videos since I've been out here has stopped letting you jump start the car. So we do not have the jump pack and we have a dead battery. So we are stuck bidding based on just the video that IAA provides, about a 10-second video of the engine running, starting up and running. So that to me still leaves a lot of variables on the table. But we'll go ahead and check this out as much as we can. And I still am interested in bidding on this, but at what price? Help me out, guys. Give me some comments and let me know what you think. You know, what does something like this go for? Let's say it has, I think it has about I think it was 88 or 89,000 miles on it. One of the two. It was right below 90. It's a nice car, guys. I mean, it's a nice car. Other than you do have, you know, these issues here with the dash. I don't know. That's probably not the easiest to replace, or even find, if you can find that part. I don't know if you can manipulate that and get it back to a better condition, or look better at least, but you may be fighting an uphill battle there and not even worth it, you know, is because you got the outside of the car with those issues too. So how far do you take it? How much do you throw at it before you say it's just not worth it anymore? This car, at the end of the day, to me, even if the paint, you know, you got a dent here, pretty nice dent right there. If the paint was good and the car ran good with 88,000 miles, maybe $4,000 car, $5,000 at the most. You know, they're not big money cars. I think a lot of people are kind of scared of the older Cadillacs, thinking they have, like, you know, electrical problems and stuff. And really, one of the major problems you need to look out for with these North Stars is 2000s and early 2001 had problems with the head bolts. I think what they did was they stripped out of the block, so the head gaskets would start leaking, and when you went to do a head gasket job, which is a big job on this engine anyways, you would run into an issue where you had to re-thread the threads in the block. Going back many years now, 10 to 12 years, one of the first cars I bought was a 2000 Cadillac, I think it was a DeVille, and that car had that issue, and I had to pay somebody to come out to my shop to actually do with they had a special rig they made up with a drill bit that would drill those holes back out, and that was not cheap as it was, and I ended up breaking even on that car after doing all that work on it, which it happens. But you really, you know, if you're going to be in any kind of business out here trying to make money, you really obviously have to try to minimize those times. Let's see, how does that coolant looks pretty decent. Let's see if I can get you in there. Coolant looks pretty decent. Clear and green. A little bit green, a little bit clear. Not too dirty looking. Let's check the oil. Oil looks good. Right where it's supposed to be. Is there a dipstick for the transmission on this car? I do not think there is. That looks like a vent right here, probably for the transmission, but I do not see a dipstick. And I don't think there is one on this one. If there is, correct me if I'm wrong. If there is, let me know, guys, but I do not think there is. All this is good and secured down like you'd like to see. I don't see any signs of any major accidents either. I like to always check up here, see if these bolts have been touched, because, you know, the hood's been off at some point. If you do see wrench marks on those, like little, you know, scratches in the paint and stuff, like it had a wrench on it. I don't see any of that. All the push pins and clips are in here like they should be, which is always a good sign to see, always nice to see. I don't see any, you look in here, I don't see anything crushed on the bottom, like the radiator support or anything. It looks like even the splash shield is down there. A lot of times those are taken off and left off or ripped off and missing. So all good signs there. Yeah, guys, I think we're going to be bidding on this one. This will give me, it's actually up tomorrow. If I end up winning it, I will take the later part of the day tomorrow, go and pay for it and pick it up and get it home and check it out. Maybe it's something that's worth, put it up for sale just like it is and just ask a little bit less for it. I mean, is it worth $2,500 as it sits? If I get it at the house for $1,500, it may be worth it for a quick flip, but really have to see with that, because some mechanical problems could get you in over your head real fast, and we can't see if the AC works, which this time down here, especially this time of year, everybody that's buying something wants AC, and if you don't have it, they are going to use that as a strong negotiating point, and rightfully so, to talk you down, because it's in that time of year down here where it is 90 degrees and humid. But I think we looked at the old 2004 Seville about as much as we can, and like I said, that interior pretty clean, guys. You got the sunroof up there, which, I mean, you guys know I love that, but this is for someone else, not me. If we end up winning it, we will be turning this over and flipping it. Trying to. We got a matching set of Falcon tires. And here we go. Here's the date code right here. The 23rd week of 2016. So they got a few years on them, but they got some decent tread on them. Front ones here look like they are wearing on the outside. So right there could be a little bit of a, you know, you could just rotate the tires, but when I see something wearing on the outside like that, I think that, you know, you got some kind of worn out ball joint or something, or maybe just needs an alignment. Something along those lines. I'm feeling decent about this one. I'm feeling decent about this one. You guys comment below. Let me know what you think. We're going to go ahead, shut the door here, and be on to the next one. And our next and last one up for today on the list, because I can't find the other one, is a 2006 Lincoln Town Car. Listed by Title Max, so probably a repossession. Didn't say online, but usually the Title Max cars are repossession. So looking at a repossession car here. The paint looks good on it. It's definitely been out of the sun. As far as I can tell, most of its life probably. Or else you would have seen. You got a little scuff here on the bumper. That if you're ever looking at these cars, the airbags in the back there are sitting way down. That could just be from not being ran for a while. Or it could be because you have an issue with the rear airbag system in the car, which is, you know, I don't want to say it's very expensive to replace, but that stuff adds up quick out here, and nickel and dime stuff can really eat away all the profit on some of these cars, especially the older ones, even when you think you're getting them for a good deal. So you really got to be careful. You got a few scuffs here, a few scuffs along the side, dented here pretty good. I didn't see that in the pictures. Tire on this side has decent tread, Geolander. I think this other one over here was bald. Yeah. Yep. I got a racing slick over here. It is a Geolander though. So do we have a masting set on here? Oh, that is hot. Ow. I just put my hand right on that. That hurt. Nope, we got Continentals in the back. Continental tires in the back, and these have decent tread, not bad. Again, we were looking for a quick flip out here, and this one was it did catch my eye online. I think it had 95,000 miles on it. I'm hoping this battery's gonna be good. Let's check the fluids first. So if it is, we will just crank it right up. Headlights are in good shape. That's a big indicator that's been out of the sun. Anything down here like that car, which is probably 10 years newer, has fogged up headlights like that, and a lot of these do down here. I mean, a lot of these cars, just from being in the sun, they are the sun just it does a number on these cars, guys. It just really beats them up if they're out in the sun a lot. And speaking of that, it looks like we just got a cloud for a minute. So we will be out of the sun ourselves here for a minute, which is nice. And I did leave my little grip for the phone somewhere over there where the Cadillac is, so we're gonna try to get that on the way out. I'm just freehanding it right now. I do see, as soon as I open this up, it looks like something was leaking right here, possibly the radiator. And I do see another very common problem with these cars. If you guys can see up in there, I don't know if you can see how well you can see that, but right here there's a that's the thermostat housing, which is built into the intake manifold, and that housing looks like plastic. A lot of times they're plastic, the older versions. I think the newer versions are metal, but either the gasket or the plastic, either the plastic is cracked or the gaskets went bad, because you can see a bunch of stuff coming out there which looks like old coolant and possibly a stop leak, which I hate seeing stop leak. That's some of the worst stuff you could ever use, guys. If you got an issue with a leak, unless it's an emergency situation, it's your only option. Always avoid using that stop leak stuff. It gets in the system and it causes a ton more problems than if you had just taken the time and fixed the leak the right way the first time. And yeah, you can see it better from this angle too here. That thing, oh, that's not the thermostat housing. That's just the, that is the coolant line. It connects to the other side too. I think the thermostat, yeah, the thermostat's on the other side here. So it's not leaking where the thermostat is. Alternator looks relatively new, but it is leaking right there. And I like these cars, guys. They're big old comfortable cars. They're pretty much, they got the 4.6 in them, tried and true engine. It's got you know, the comfort of any of the higher end cars like this. It rides, honestly, they ride a lot like a Crown Victoria and a Grand Marquis, just because it's basically on the same platform. But we didn't even check the fluid. I got so excited I didn't even check the oil. We at least got to check that. The battery over there, I think, was from 2020. And yeah, oil looks good. Relatively clean, right where it's supposed to be. Well, the only thing with this one is, you know, right off the rip, you got to do an intake manifold gasket, which isn't bad. I've done probably 10 of those over my lifetime. I could probably do that in about 2 hours with all the parts and tools laid out in front of me. So not too worried about that. The water pump, if you guys seen my video on the water pump on the Mustang, very similar to this, very similar. I believe the pulley may be out or in a little farther than the Mustang, because the Mustang has an electric fan, and this does too. I'm not really sure why, but I know there was a difference between the distance between the block and where the pulley sits. The shaft for the pulley was a little longer on some certain models, but not too bad. I mean, not horrible looking, but like a lot of stuff out here, you're gonna have a little bit of fixing before you can even start thinking about driving it. Well, I mean, I guess you could drive it like that, but I wouldn't. I don't like to risk stuff like that and, you know, possibly have a little coolant leak turn into an overheating issue, and then way more problems and way more money to fix on top of what you could have had just an easy fix. But since that oil looked good and that battery's from 20, these seats are comfortable in here, guys. These seats are so comfortable. And this one has got a little bit of wear on it, as you can see here, but it's in pretty decent shape. Steering wheel's got some wear on the top there. Got an oil change sticker, but I guess it says 97,000 miles when it's due next. And it's comfortable, guys. It's comfortable, but as you can see, the key is on and there's nothing flashing, so we don't have power on this one. Which means we are gonna have to take it for as it is, and just as the IA video gives us. Got a nice little guitar here, some wings, angel wings and guitar. That's a pretty cool. What is it, an air freshener? That thing's pretty cool. Anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for the town car. That's about as much as we can look at it. Definitely need some, you know, you got tires on the front you need. Worn out on the outside, you may need, you know, an alignment, possibly some suspension parts or steering parts like the tie rods, ball joints. Stuff to keep in mind, guys. And like I say, get out here and look at this stuff if you're going to be bidding on it. If you have any serious thought about bidding on one of the cars out here, get out and look at them and give yourself the best fighting chance of making a profit. All right, guys, we are coming back up on the old Cadillac here. And oh, and there it is. I see it. We got it back. Phone pistol grip recovered. Left it right here next to the car. Glad we got it back though. All right, guys, I ended up finding the third one and last one on the list, but this is going to be a very quick one. It's 263,000 miles on this Ranger, and you really couldn't tell because the paint and body is in great shape. Probably a work truck for somebody, and definitely kept inside. Tires are in good shape. Got some Nexans in the front here. And some Nexans in the back here. And what year are these from? If I can find they don't look too old or have not been driven that long on these. But no, don't see a date code. You got the Rhino liner in the back there. It does not look like much has even been transported back here. This truck, I mean, these Rangers, I've seen these things going for big bucks lately. Even the older ones. It seems like they're becoming very popular. And I would love one of these, honestly, just for myself to have a little truck to kick around in. But this one looks like it probably would be a good truck. It probably would be a good truck. But little secret, I always try to look at these cars with you for the first time together, so we're both seeing everything and reacting to it for the first time together. But I did take a peek in this one, and I seen something that is gonna make me not want to bid on it, and I'll get to show you guys here in a second. If I can get this hood open. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, someone's been in there checking the oil. Probably the same person that did what I'm about to show you guys. And stuff has just been replaced in here, guys. I mean, that coolant level looks good. The AC compressor looks almost brand new. I don't know if you can see down there, but that fuel rail looks almost brand new. That battery does not look brand new, but definitely in decent shape, especially for 260,000 miles. Not sure if this engine's ever been rebuilt or anything like that. And with 260,000 miles, I do like to check up underneath these trucks and cars too, if you can get underneath the cars and see with that many miles if maybe the transmission looks like it is new, which this one looks like it's probably got all of those 263,000 miles on it, and missing a looks to be missing a bell housing bolt right there. So maybe it has been out, who knows, but missing a bell housing bolt always leaves me to wonder, whoever was working on it, what else did they miss? But it does look like it's in pretty good shape. But this is what I seen. Peeked in the window and I seen this laying here. And when I see that, I always know that somebody has come out here, looked at the truck, figured they were going to try to eliminate some competition in a kind of sleazy way. And looks like they actually burnt the end of the metal, because IAA, being the good company they are, have gotten smarter and spent some more money on these really heavy duty cable locks that go around the steering wheel and hold the key. But it looks like they went ahead and burned that to free it up and be able to take the key with them and not allow anybody else to even have a chance to turn the key and start it. So to whoever you are, pretty sad. But I do see it also has a broken windshield right there. But I mean, for 263,000 miles, 260 something. Its next oil change says it's due at 263, and I think that's about what it had on it. But man, not bad shape at all. Not bad shape. Even didn't look like this seat was really even sat in. This one here's got a little bit of wear, but not bad. Not bad at all. But since we can't start it, and we'd be bidding with only the video online, and there's somebody else out there that usually, from what I've seen, when someone takes the keys like that, they already have it in their head they're going to win. So they just bid it and they don't even stop bidding. Like, it'll just go for ridiculous prices sometimes. So it's just one thing to look after while you're out here. And IA does all they can to avoid stuff like that, but there's only so much you can do. There's probably another 10 people out here walking the yard with me right now. So one last look at the Ranger. One last look at it. And it'll make somebody a good truck. I bet it'll make somebody a great truck. But not for us. We're going to head on out. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I lied again. As usual, I spotted something on the way out that kind of cool. You know, I guess kind of rare. Anything rare to me is a little cool. So I just wanted to bring it to you guys and kind of get your opinion on this one. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to see stuff like this that's a little more high-end but a little more rare. To me, the stuff that interests me the most, that I like watching, that really got me into all of this, was watching like the older cars that, you know, need a little bit of work to get them back on the road but still have a lot of life in them, and you can get them for, you know, a lot of times pretty cheap. This probably even being a 2007 Maserati, I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but Quattroporte, I'm sorry, something like that. But it is a Sport GT. Oh yeah, look at that. Like I say about that sun down here, that's a thin, is that like a wrap? Is that, oh, someone must have added that for like a protective wrap or something. Seats are okay. Smells like leather. We have no I do not see any key anywhere, so we will not be starting this one. But look at those. Are those stock tweeters there too? Is that factory? Clock is kind of jumping around there. It reminds me of the clocks in the Cadillacs. I got my mom actually has a 2007 Cadillac DTS, and it's got that same kind of analog clock in the middle there. Look at that electric button for the open of the, or is that the trunk or the glove compartment? Kind of seems like a cheesy button for such a higher end car, but what do I know? That's the first time I've ever even sat in a Maserati. Got some nice looking tires, wheels on them, some big brakes. I do like that. Always like some big brakes. My 300, I got a 91 300ZX twin turbo. That also, along with many other videos, will be coming to the channel soon. And that is one of the near future upgrades I plan. I've had that car for 18 years, and I'll have it the rest of my life. But that is one of the things I plan on upgrading on that car, is the brake system, and putting something big and nice in there to get her to stop fast when I need to, and look good. I mean, that really looks good as a cosmetic upgrade too. But that's our quick walk around of the Maserati, and we are going to get on out of here. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. We're going to be heading on out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like, subscribe, share, notification bell. If you didn't like it, comment, let me know what I can do better, because I'm always trying to get better. Like I said, I do have that New York trip coming up in a few days. I'm going to be documenting that, posting it, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be an interesting one. Seems like on the trips, I always, that long of a trip, you know, 21-hour drive, and I'm going to be breaking it up into 2 days, but always run across some crazy stuff when you're driving that long on the road. And especially with me, I feel like I'm a catalyst for chaos. Sometimes that chaos is good, sometimes it's bad, but I always got to be aware that I can be a catalyst for chaos. And once it starts, sometimes it just gets a little crazy for a while. But I will be recording all of that and bringing it to you guys once I get up there, making a video, editing it, and getting it uploaded for you. So stay tuned for that. And until the next one, as always, you guys stay safe.